people can hear me, and now people can hear the rest of you guys.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, guys. Welcome. For those who doesn't know Alan and Dan, then I would just say that they have been a very big part of the Danish old school, and they've actually been organizing the D.O.S tournament, Danish old school, for several years now. And this weekend we'll have the fifth installment, or actually it is the fifth installment, but we've had some 3.5 or 4.5. So
We had a little three and a half. At
three and a
the
half.
MP, Copenhagen.
Yeah. So in that sense, I'm really looking forward to this weekend. And for the first time, I will not be a player at the event. I will actually live stream it here on my channel, and of course also on the Tier 1 MTG channel. So I'm really looking forward to that. Oh. So my telephone keeps ringing. Not so good. Yeah. And, one moment. I just have to put some people up here. The chat is in the background and we can't have that. People using time to write in and don't being able to see them. Juice says yo. Okay. Hi Juice, welcome. And the thing is that many of the Danish people, they know what the D.O.S tournament is because it's been an ongoing tournament. But of course out in Europe and America, people won't know what the D.O.S tournament is, but it is actually quite a nice place to play Magic, and it's a 2 days event, even though the Friday is more like a really casual, all around the table, free for all tournament, and then Saturday will be a little bit more, for prizes and stuff, but still a really, really nice environment, where we also have the Tier 1 MTG vendor store, but also, people are allowed to trade and have fun there. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, and drink beer and eat food. As
Yeah,
well.
that sounds really nice.
Yeah, well, we wanted to try something different this time, right?
Yeah,
So we actually had the convention center in Copenhagen on Scandic, so we booked the room there. And normally we just had a small room with beers and it was like, I don't know, 80 square meters. And now we just wanted to buff it up so people could come in and sleep at the
yeah,
hotel. Um, and then, yeah, I think the funny story is that why we're starting on Friday with the round robin is because it's the most old school thing you can do with old school cards. That's what we did back in 94, 95. That's where the main tournament was, and everybody sat around one table. And that's what we adopted again. I think it's fun because you can do some crazy deck techs, and I think it's really simple, right? You can just take your deck and play. So I think
yeah,
it's because it's old school.
yeah. I'm really looking forward to that at least. So yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Good.
And of course, we will do some promotion for this because, yeah, as I said, I'm going to stream the event, and it's the first time for me that I'll actually be at a event on site and doing this. And we will have a professional team that actually does my graphics and does everything. So, in that sense, I'm really looking forward to, yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
trying it professionally instead of just in my studio in my computer room. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's the first time for us as well, right? So we're looking forward to it.
yeah,
And Henrik will be there as well, right?
Yeah, I'll be co-hosting with Simon on the stream, and we're just going to talk a lot of old school magic with you guys out there. And I think that this is the first time for me as well. And I would like to hear you, Dan and Alan. What can people expect when they come to DOS?
What they can expect. So we
Yeah,
have a,
how many how do you say, how many slots, how many
we have room for. Yeah.
attendance.
yeah,
At the moment, we have around 40-ish plus players,
Yeah,
pre-registered and prepaid. And I hope there will come some on the doors. We will be around 50 people. That's our goal, and that should be a good number for like let's say 7 rounds of Magic, and then top 8 play, and in between there will be great lunch, and there's a bar, trust bar. You can take whatever you want and pay a small amount of money to get a beer. So, and normally beautiful thing to do a tournament is everyone brings their most beloved thing and show it off to his friends, and then there's good vibes, you know. So Magic does it all. We just facilitate some room and some tables, and then people have fun. So
Yeah.
so that's what they can expect, and they can expect nice opponents. There will be no rules, blah blah blah. There will be a flat tournament structure, and there's no. There will be a judge available, but he's just a good guy running around, calling around. So it's Rune. He's been there before sometimes. He's a nice guy to do this. So, and he provides also to the good environment and people having fun. So.
Yeah.
And then we have some plans to do some crazy things as well. So it's gonna be a good day, full of magic.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say we're trying with the CEDH for the first time this year. So we wanted to bring in new magic because I guess they play a lot of the cards. I think it's similar in environment, and we wanted to try something more because we had the facility, on Friday as well. So we'll start there around 7 with CDH, and then we'll do the round robin on Friday. And then on Saturday, I think what we will do is as Simon mentioned, we'll have a team of we have a technician and we will have 2 producers on site. So what we will do is try to step it up a bit from our side and just show a live stream that goes on the whole day with interviews, with vox pops, with everything, which would just be more similar to a live streaming studio. So we will have everything set up, and we just pray and hope that it will all the technician part, everything will go good.
Yeah.
But if it won't, we'll learn. But I'm pretty sure we can't do a lot more than we have done. So we wanted to show outside as well what we can do in Denmark with old school, because it's thriving here and we love it, and this is why we just want to show the world, especially with Corona, because we were actually hoping for a lot of people from Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. We've had from all over the world before, but
Yeah.
Corona just shut everything down. So we wanted to, okay, so what do? We just make a stream, right?
Yeah. And for me, at least, I'm really looking forward to it because the whole, the vibe, as you say, the feel of a tournament. Oh, I really like that one, and I've been
And we miss it, right?
yeah
We
craving it
miss
for months now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We before we started this, you and me and everyone else were traveling thousands of miles just to play magic.
yeah.
Feel that feeling and see that environment, and go to the vendor shop and look at all the beautiful cards and all the environment we try to just to put in a smaller space, but the same feeling are there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and especially old school, the audience is a little bit older, like we. The
Yeah.
same as CDH, they're also a little bit older,
Yeah.
and they
And
like
just to clarify, CEDH is competitive.
competitive commander.
Yeah.
So they're also playing Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Time Twister, Dual Lands, Fetch Lands, all the most powerful cards in Magic.
Yeah.
It's like a singleton vintage
Yeah.
type of format. And then they're going to play 4 pots, everyone against each other, but they're gonna change turns.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
they play decks that could kill in one turn and win. So
Yeah.
it's not like playing creatures and kill. So it's more about the stack and the spells and how you dispose your counter spells.
Yeah.
That's the fun part for that kind of technique magic.
Yeah.
So and the audience is growing. There's going to be more and more and more players at format.
Yeah.
And then we want to keep on
I have
doing the anti, right? Anti-concept with with D.O.S.
Yeah.
that started a long time ago, and we want to keep that because we want to have
Yeah.
a flat structure on pricing. There should be pricing, but it should be flat, right? We don't want everybody to. A winner is just being there, in my opinion. So what we're doing is just give people 3 legal cards in old school in a pack, and when you battle, you take one of those and you battle, against each other, and then the winner takes the cards. And then if you lose matches and you don't have any cards, you just go up and get another pack. So in those packs there will be the prizes. So there will be a flat structure. Some get a bit more, but it will not be like a huge prize for first. But we'll just put out those cards into that.
We had
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
nice altar cards by Anders,
Yeah.
but it's still in his studio, so I don't have them here.
Yeah.
So I can't
Yeah. I saw the 2 AS altars. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very nice. There's Beta Sol Ring with our logo, the dwarf, he painted on,
Yeah.
and then a Guardian Beast where you see the mana Chaos Orb in the background. He's
Yeah.
protecting. So,
Yeah.
and then we made this what's called in English trophy. Yeah, but
Trophy.
Vandropokal,
Trophy?
a trophy. And we have put in all the
It's a Vando
previous.
pokal.
We put in all the previous winners, like famous names like Olerode, Juice, Mark, Uffe, and Casper, the last one. So there
Yeah.
are some nice names to get up there if you
Yeah.
win the whole tournament, and then you can keep it by yourself until the next tournament. If you don't, win.
That is very nice.
Yeah, it's a fun thing.
Yeah, I actually have a question. If I'm a first time viewer on Simon Says, and I'm not from Denmark, because everybody in Denmark knows you guys, but if I'm not from Denmark and I think, okay, this sounds like something that I want to go to next time, how do I get in contact with you, or how do I know where to look to register for the next DOS?
They should just like us on Facebook, Tier 1 MTG, and follow us. We're gonna do. We are doing a lot of promotion there, and always we're gonna announce the tournaments there. Uh, Probably at least 2 months before start. So there will be time for planning and travel and stuff like that. But the last DOS we had people from Switzerland, South Africa, Norway, Sweden, Germany, England, and I think even one from the States. Yeah, I can't remember. But there's but we really want to see the international community to come visit us. So the
Yeah.
people who have been there, like Ola and Svante, have been there and they liked it and they want to go again. But because of this Corona shit, then they can't.
Mm.
I don't know. But next time, I think we're gonna see a lot more foreigners to go to the tournament.
And we have a
Yeah.
website, by the way. Just
Yeah.
if you want to check it, there is t1mtg.eu. There we have an event plan scheduled, and which we just discussed with Simon before. We just bought a house yesterday to do a tournament center, so we will get that fixed within a couple of months, and that's where we want to do tournaments in all different categories. But we come from old school, so
Yeah. Of course, we're gonna do old school tournaments, but not every week.
no.
So it's gonna be special occasions. We're gonna do some bigger, and we can also do. Depends on the community, what they want. We have a room, so
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So, private gaming room, just big scale. What's not to like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have so many further questions, but other than the time, when will the stream start? Then
11 o'clock.
Danish time.
on Saturday, the tournament will start. I think we will go online like 15-20 minutes before that, just to make sure we set it up, and we will just go through some of the ground rules together, Simon and Henrik, just to explain what the rules are, what we're playing, and then we can take it from there. So I think we'll be around, let's say, 20 minutes before 11 CET. That's where we're going to go live, and then 12-14 hours, whatever it takes.
Yeah. So there will be very good chances that any time of the day during Saturday you would be able to see the stream. So yeah.
Definitely.
That's going to be good.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And all the guys who can't come, they still
Yeah.
can see us through the phone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's perfect.
but
Well,
that's good.
we're looking forward to it, and I hope we'll do an awesome stream and have fun, because that's basically what we want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, then let's learn and let's have fun and do old school.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
See
you.
Okay.
you all next
Yeah. Bye.
this weekend. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
nice.
and I hope that because like this is a talk session, so we don't always say the things that people need to know. So I think that if somebody gets any kind of idea to, oh damn, I didn't ask that one question or something like that, you can always, as Dan and Alan said, you can go into their Facebook page, and yeah, I think you could just write to them there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and Simon and I, we've known Alan and Dan for a long time, and they're very cool people. You can ask anything, and they'll reply as fast as they can.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And they
so you
actually
guys,
have quite an inventory of high-end cards.
yeah,
Last I saw, they got the alpha starters in. So, yeah.
yeah. And if you're going to the tournament and you think there's some cards you need for your deck, write to them and see if they can bring it to the vendor, so they have it to you on the day.
Yeah. That would
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's very, very cool that they've chosen to hold the event in a hotel, so you can actually stay where the tournament is. And Simon and I've traveled a lot around Europe to play Magic, and every time it's on the site where you can sleep, it's the perfect combination.
Hmm.
Eat, sleep, play Magic.
Yeah. So,
So, yeah.
that'll be good. Yeah, and I forgot to ask if anybody in the stream has questions for them. So hopefully they don't have any more questions that we can't answer. At least us, the two of us. But yeah,
Yeah, and then again, you can ask the questions if you're not attending and you think that this is something that you would consider doing next time around. You can also how do you say, ask the questions on the live stream on the day.
yeah.
Because Simon and I will be talking all day at the tournament, and we will be in contact with Dan and Alan, and so we can just ask them on the day if there's something we need to clarify.
Yeah. And the question now is it this Saturday? Yeah, it's this Saturday.
Yeah.
11 a.m. Danish time. So,
Yeah, that's like Central European time, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, that'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, and something is there art? There's an artist on the site, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
AS Alters is coming.
Yeah.
Which means that he will do not big artworks for your cards and no, what was it he said? No big word things and everything. But if you want a land made a small thing or something small alter, he will actually do the both brush and airbrush on Saturday, which means that you can come and watch him work. And for me, that's wow, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it was because he doesn't want to do big stuff. It's because so he's able to do more for more people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes good sense.
So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing him with his airbrush doing all the things because
yeah, I've never seen anybody do it with airbrush before.
Yeah, no, I've seen for Warhammer figures like the small army men and stuff, but how they actually do it, I don't know. But I'm really looking forward to seeing it at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yes. And then we had the next thing on the list was actually the Summer Derby. And how did it go? So, how did it go with the summer derby for you, Henrik?
Uh, very very bad. Uh, I'm used to playing the Swedish rules, and you and I talked a lot about the Atlantic rules, signing up for this tournament, and I think most uh, the thing that I took with me from it, the experience, was that it's a lot faster format because I can't remember his name. The guy we interviewed,
Dave?
Dave. Yeah, Dave talked to us about that. The idea behind the Atlantic rules is that you want the deck to be as good as it can be with it's Fallen Empires, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Hymn to Torak and the Pump Knights, and yeah. So I lost most of my games because I had to do something different with my deck because I'm not used to playing with mana burn,
Hmm.
and I should never have done it. And also my sideboarding plan was way off. So in that way, I've learned that you have to test a lot more with the Atlantic rules. You can't just be uh, in my mind, you can't just being used to playing Swedish rules and then think you just can convert it to the Atlantic rules because in my case I couldn't do it. So, but I had a lot of people were very kind to give their input on what's good in the format and stuff like that. But it's something I have to improve on next time because yeah, I did very very poorly. But it was fun to see what kind of decks people played, and you and I got to commentate some of the matches,
Yeah.
and that was very very cool. And yeah,
I thought it was very nice playing at least. So, I played an untested artifact deck. So, because I thought, okay, if you play with 4 Mishra's Workshop and only 1 Strip Mine, then you should actually play the Workshop deck. But this untested version didn't go. Oh, yeah, it did good. I got 15 points, which means that I went 5-3. So, in that sense, I'm quite happy. But, yeah.
yeah, I think I won 2 matches and lost the rest.
So 2-6. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, I've just signed up for the New England Old School monthly tournament, which is also Atlantic, at least this month. So I'm gonna play with my Danish version of the Keeper, so the deck. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I think that I'm also very excited to see how your deck goes because you and I play a similar deck, and the reason for us, well, that I changed it was because I thought that it wouldn't be good, but I'm very interested in seeing uh, how your tournament goes to see if we were right or we were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think that something is fun about the different formats. Like there's the Atlantic, where you can play with 4 workshop but only 1 strip mine, and then there's the other one where you can play with 4 strip mines and 4 workshops, and then there's the Swedish which we play, where you can only play 1 workshop, 1 strip mine. And I think it's funny that people fall in love with one format counter the other. Um, and I'm quite curious if it began like this. Like if we know that the Swedish invented old school, but somewhere someone must have thought that okay, we have to change this because it would be more fun if we did it like this, and somehow just a whole new community popped out of nowhere, and then uh, there must have been a side community because we have these 3 different formats, which, and we all know that the Swedish one came first, right? But which one came second and which one came third? Because yeah, I think it's just funny that people sat down and said we have to make it different. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that at least the Eternal Central rules, the American rules, where they play the 4 strip mines, was something made for making it more entry level, easier, to be honest, I think. So that you could play a monocolored deck and have 4 strip mines and destroy the 5 colored decks with Moxen and stuff. And you also allowed a more flexible reprint policy where the Swedish allows until unlimited. The Danish allows also revised in 4th edition and Chronicles and the foreign Chronicles, the Renaissance, foreign white border, foreign black border, as long as it's the revised 4th edition. So, in that sense, we are quite open, but the Eternal Central, where you actually have World Championship decks, as long as it's the same picture, I think, is also, okay. And they can have the time-shifted cards, which are the reprints with the old frame, but with the purple expansion symbol. So, yeah. So I think it's because they wanted to make it more approachable for a new player. And, yeah, I think they actually succeeded in that. And then somewhere in between came the Atlantic that says, I want to play this on crack and really have a good time. So, yeah. And I thought that was, to be honest, it worked for me very good, because it actually allowed me to play a really good deck and play with the cards that I liked. And the mana burn, maybe not so much, but yeah, it's okay. It still means that you can play the mana burn decks, which is of course okay, because then you don't rule out any cards from the old school time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Simon, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the old rules not the old rules, the rules with the mana burn, or without mana burn? Because I know that you and I, we played for a long time, and we actually played also vintage when you were able to play with like 4 mana drains, and you could counter something, and if you couldn't use it, you could die
Yeah.
to your own counter spell. And for many years now, we've played without it. I think that if the thing that I hear many people talk about is that they like the casualness of, if you can call it that, of old school. They like when you flip chaos flip. Some people, they play chaos flips with not flipping, just say the target and it hits. And I know in Denmark we always flip it, and we even have contests if the match a draw. You have to chaos flip to see who wins, and you have and I have lost in this event.
I have to.
But yeah, but I must admit that I think that the thing with the mana burn is that I think it's more competitive in a way. It gives a dimension of, damage on the stack and stuff like that. Because if you are a new player and you forget something and stuff like that, you can die to mana burn.
Yeah.
So I don't really like it in that sense, and I don't really like you're only allowed to play with 1 mana drain, right?
Yeah.
And if you're lucky enough to have your mana drain for a mind twist or a lethal fireball, and you can counter it, and you're not able to use the mana the turn after, and you can just die. So what was the counter worth? It was worth nothing.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I don't like mana burn. So if I know I don't have the power to change anything, but my opinion is that there shouldn't be a format with mana burn. I can't see the enjoyment of Magic because it's such a small I don't know if you can call it niche. What you could call it? A small stage where it makes sense. But I just think it kills so much enjoyment in many ways that I can't see the point of it. But I can see the point. I like the idea of being able to play with the Fallen Empire because it is from '94, and I like the idea of being able to come into the format and not being not having to have a big bankroll to
Yeah.
be competitive. I like that idea as well. Um, and so in a way, I hope in the future that the communities will come closer, but I don't think that they have to look like each other. I think it's very good for the community to have different uh, rules about strip mine and stuff like that, because you could have a deck and the Swedish rules would ban a card, and if this is your favorite card, you can still enjoy it in one of the other formats. So in that sense, I like it,
Yeah.
but I don't like mana burn in any format. So yeah.
I agree. I think it's fun to have these different formats where you play different decks. And yeah, so that's like changing from standard to legacy to vintage. But normally you play without the mana burn in all of them. But I also like that there is some knowledge in that. Because the first time I tried Atlantic, I was like, fuck, I want to do something different because there's some changes because of these rules. And now when I've played it, I thought it was actually quite fun. But I saw some of the problems that I did with my deck, and I want to change those and, yeah, try to be better the second time around. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing that again.
Yeah, and I think that Dave he does an incredible job. I think he writes to you if you uh, having trouble getting in touch with your opponent. He helps you if somebody drops out of the tournament. He helps getting new you and a new opponent. I think he has been very helpful. And how many players were we? I think we were like 200 something. And
Yeah,
he takes the time to help everybody he can. And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I think he doesn't get enough credit. I think really he's done an incredible job doing this online tournament and yeah, helping out everybody.
Yeah,
So if he's watching, we appreciate you. Yeah,
yeah,
the huge work you've done.
yeah,
Yeah, and I saw he posted that he raised a lot of money for the cause. You could pay some money, I think, to is it called endorse a cause or a fund?
yeah.
Uh, uh,
And then we actually raised around more than $3,000, I think,
yeah,
in the old school community, and that was actually quite impressive numbers, to be honest. So
yeah,
yeah. And there was one player for every match he either won or lost, he had to pay an amount. So that was also a fun way to do it. So
yeah, yeah. He paid
yeah,
a huge amount.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think it was a very nice thing to experience. And I'm ready for the Winter Derby. And so far that I found out, it's different formats, which means they will play the old school, of course, but it can be Atlantic, it can be Eternal Central, it can be Swedish rules. So that means they will spice it up. And I think that's going to be fun at
yeah.
least.
It will be the Swedish. I hope it will be the Swedish rules next time. But in case is this called Eternal? I don't know, but in case it's the format where you have to pay, where you can play 4 strip mines I at least have my 4-strip mines ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, and something that I enjoyed very much is that you and I we talk on these live streams, and we talked always. We always at the end of the match, we when we remember it, we always ask what's your favorite card and why.
Yeah.
And Dave actually had his was Pendelhaven, and he actually had an As Alters Pendelhaven.
Yeah.
And I thought that was incredible that there was somebody that you and I know
Yeah. Yeah.
personally
Yeah.
here from Denmark who altered his cards.
Yeah.
And we also saw a match, and I can't
The
remember his name.
statue. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
the deck, and he got the Jade statue, also made by As Alters.
Yeah.
I think that's incredible. That just shows you how, I don't know if I would call it small the community is, but
But how
I would
close it
rather,
is.
yeah, how connected we really are, and how much we enjoy
Mm.
different parts of the game. It's not only playing; it's also collecting. It's also pimping your deck and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just so cool to see.
Yeah. It was very nice, at least.
Yeah.
And then Benjamin also joined the stream. It's 37. Does it mean you actually won your match so fast? Or did you lose it very fast?
Oh, he's in your group?
Yeah. He won 2-0. No, he's not in my group, but yeah, he won 2-0. He asked if we wanted to stream it, but I said no, we had the deal with the tier 1 at 9 o'clock to
Yeah.
make the presentation.
Yeah.
But yeah, he won 2-0, and they started 20 minutes to 9, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think that in the Atlantic rules, where you are able to play with the 4 workshops, we saw a match. I know I wasn't commentating, but you were commentating with I think it was the guy called Rich Burke or something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the one of the guys was playing this workshop deck, and he just emptied his whole hand, time twister, almost did everything. It was like, it was almost a turn 1 kill, I would say. It was just so
Yeah.
insane to watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually think he time twisted, and he time walked, and maybe made the, what's it called, mind twist afterwards,
Yeah.
before his opponent even ever did anything, and he just had the whole board filled up, and with moxes, lotus, and yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that was
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, I would say this, that if you have an opportunity to play the Atlantic rules, then I would do it. The only thing that was a little bit difficult for me was the different time zones that people had, and also now when I'll play the New England Old School. I have 2 matches tomorrow night, but one is 8:30 in the evening American time, which means they're like 4 hours or 6 hours behind me. So 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. So that means like 12:30 Danish time in the middle of the night. I have to play my first match, and after that match, I have another match. So.
Yeah, and I also think that that's one of the problems, because it's quite difficult. I know this was in the summertime, so if you have holiday and stuff like that, it's not that big of a deal. But I actually think that it was when you have kids, they they have to come. They wake the same time every day, so you just fully you haven't slept enough
Yeah.
for the next day. So I think that the time difference is a factor you have to weigh in if you want to sign up. But I think that the matches I played, my opponents were very, very good at playing in the daytime, so it wasn't that late. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you can run into this problem and maybe not being able to play a match. So at least consider it before you sign up.
Yeah. And I knew that I was going to play the Danish Doom tournament, and I'm playing the New England Old School, which means, okay, I have actually quite a schedule this month. But yeah, I'm going to try to make it work. And this weekend I have the D.O.S tournament, which means I can't play any matches this weekend. So yeah, I'm a little busy during the next couple of weekdays, this week and next week. So, but it's gonna be good for sure. So, yeah.
Yeah, I really don't have anything else, Simon.
Yeah, me neither. And I don't think that we should use more time than necessary. So, unless there's any questions from the viewers, then I think we will just say good night.
Yeah, good night.
We'll just give them a chance to reply.
Yeah.
And that means the next time I will go live is tomorrow night during the nighttime American time, and during the evening time America, and nighttime during daytime. So yeah.
Nighttime during daytime, is that actually a sentence you can say?
No,
Nighttime
of course not.
Daytime.
Yeah. So for me, it's gonna be
Yeah.
late in the night, and for them it'll be evening. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. See if I can keep myself awake for so long. But I'll probably just go to bed early. So that I have a few hours of sleep before playing. But yeah. Thank you for today, and have a good night.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And the stream will not be ready shortly, but we will say goodbye.